Hey everyone, welcome to your April predictions pick a deck reading. I want to start off by saying I'm getting over being sick, and so if I sound a little off or if I sound a little congested, that's why. So I might need to take some breaks for water or to pause and cough off screen. Um, I apologize for that, but I am feeling better and I wanted to do some readings for sure. Especially now that April's literally right around the corner and I don't even know how that happened. But for April, we have three decks. We have the Muse Tarot, the Light Seers Tarot, and the Weaver Tarot, and this is the Journeyer edition. Underneath each of these is an oracle card, a magical spell card. It's going to be something that you're really going to need to pay attention to for the month of April, for sure. Or something that's going on. It basically what it's going to do is it's going to color the whole reading. So take a minute, pick whichever deck, whichever little sliver of this oracle, whatever you need. Choose your deck, and then we will get right into these, okay? Hey there, card pile number one. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what April has in store for you, shall we? I'm going to start off by pulling out the oracle card here. Because again, this is going to kind of color the whole month, right? So you have best possible decision. And what's interesting to me is this card has actually come out a lot lately when I use this deck. There was a shorts video that I ended up doing with this. I'm pretty sure Virgo, I think it was Virgo, had this in their reading for the last set that I did. So I don't know if you are a Virgo, but yeah, there's some kind of decision coming in April. Might even be bleeding through from March, like kind of like a leftover. There's something here about a decision, and I think this reading is going to try and help you make the best possible decision, because I'm sure you want to make the best possible decision, right? But let's see what this is about. Those of you who've chosen card deck number one. What does April 2022 have in store? Okay, first card out, Page of Materials. Interesting. This could be in regards to education. This could be in regards to setting down roots somewhere. This is interesting. Okay, so the next two cards we had come out, Muse of Voices, King of Swords. And then we also had here Muse of Emotions, King of Cups. So I don't know if this is two different people. It very well could be, because again, there is some sort of decision here. What else do we have here? We also had a Queen of Wands come out. This still feels like kind of middle ground. Not necessarily another person to add into the decision making, although it could be. Queen of Wands more feels like your energy coming through here. Kind of like you have the power in your hands, right? You know your worth. You know the effect that you have on people. I'm hearing for some of you. Little things like that. And it feels to me like you're kind of dealing with someone who says exactly what they think. They don't really sugarcoat anything. They might sometimes come off a little cold, but they're very knowledgeable, they're very intelligent. And then you've got someone else here who I want to say is very emotionally mature, but they don't necessarily, I want to say, always speak about their emotions. But what I have here, okay, so this is you, this Queen of Wands. This is what I'm feeling. And again, the Empress has come out. So it's like you know exactly what you bring to the table. You know exactly what you have to offer. And you're not really ashamed of anything. Six of Materials, Six of Pentacles. It's kind of like, um, where do I invest my time is what I'm hearing. Um, yeah, it's definitely more like where do I spread the love, I guess. And these don't even have to be two different people. I'm hearing here for some of you, this might be like um, colleges, like schools. Maybe there's one place that seems really prestigious and really awesome, but that's not really the one that like speaks to your soul. I want to say that's not really the one that really kind of makes you want to get up in the morning. I want to say really has piqued your interest. Like it's almost like one of these is kind of like everyone is saying you should go here. It's so awesome that you've been accepted, that whatever. But you're just not really feeling it. You know what I mean? You're really leaning towards this other one. I don't know if maybe it's a more creative place to be, something like that. If it's not college, maybe it's a job, something like that. There's something here that you're really torn between, and I understand why. Like if one of these is really prestigious and really set to up your reputation, everyone says you should do it. Maybe it's more money even. Like if it's a job, like you'll earn more money. Not that if it's a school that costs more money, although it very well could. We all know colleges are not cheap these days. But there's just something about this other one that you really, excuse me, I really feel like you're leaning towards. I mean, because even this Queen of Wands here, looking up at that side, it's almost like you're leaning that way, but there's something that just keeps pulling you back here. Three of Cups, Three of Emotions. I feel like you've got a lot of people in your ear trying to give you their opinion, really just trying to, I don't know, I don't necessarily want to say sway you one way or the other. They just want to make sure you make, again, the best possible decision, right? But I feel like you're the only one who really gets to decide that, right? This is your life, not theirs. And you want to make sure that you're going to be happy with this, right? So, like, so what if this other one pays more money, or it's more prestigious, or it's better for your reputation, whatever? What if it's not going to make you happy? Is that actually what's best for you? You know what I mean? Are you really going to want to stick through that for however long? Are you, like, if you go for this, are you going to end up leaving it eventually anyway? It's just one of those things. I feel like you're considering a lot of different things. What else do we have here, please? It's interesting. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Voices, the Nine of Swords. So there's definitely a lot of worry, a lot of stressing out, a lot of anxiety, really wanting to make the best choice there possibly could be. I feel like one of these is going to make you feel a little isolated. Sorry, I'm just channeling a message here. One of these might put you through some financial hardship, whether it be if you don't actually want to stick it out, if it's more expensive, if it's a person who's really going to, you know, suck you dry kind of thing. It's almost like over contributing to this, really, putting in just a little too much. And then there's another one that maybe kind of feels like you are putting down those roots, you are putting in that effort for something that's going to pay dividends later. There's definitely a lot of patience involved here, but it's something that you want to put your energy towards, right? Either way, with the Eight of Materials, there's going to be a lot of work put into this, almost to the point of perfectionism. I'm hearing. Just like, I feel like regardless of the choice that you make, you're going to try and make the best of it, just to make sure that your time isn't wasted, I'm hearing, which is an interesting way to look at things. A lot of pentacles coming out here as well, which I'm finding very interesting. So I do really feel like money is involved in this somehow. It might actually be some sort of material thing, even like, do I do this or do I do that? Do I buy this house or that house? That kind of thing. It's definitely a one or the other scenario. Excuse me for one moment. My apologies. So yeah, it's very much one or the other, one or the other. I feel like there's going to be someone in your life very prominently. I don't know if this, it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman with this Queen of Materials, but there's someone who's going to, I want to say, really be the person that you go to for definitive advice. Probably someone who's got experience in the matter. Someone that you kind of look up to, I want to say, and someone who really just wants the best for you. Someone who is like okay with supporting you and taking care of you and just really wanting to make sure that you succeed in this. I feel like there's going to be someone that you really look to for advice, and they are going to kind of support you, and that doesn't necessarily mean like financially or anything. I just feel they're really going to try to push you to do what's best for you, right? They're going to try and push you to do something that you aren't going to regret, something that you're going to love, something that you really want to put your time and energy into, something that they know that you are well equipped to handle, even if you maybe don't necessarily feel like you are. Okay? So yeah, there are so many Pentacles cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, I mean, to me, it definitely feels like money is involved in this somehow. And it's almost like I don't really want to say life-changing or like life-defining, but it is a major decision. And ultimately, at the bottom of the deck, it boils down to something that you are suited for, something that you love, something that you're really drawn to, right? And I think you're really stuck here because like both are on paper really good options, but one maybe looks better but isn't necessarily what you want to do. There's one here that for sure makes you happy, okay? And I feel like if you don't know for sure yet, there is going to be some clarity coming through on that. Probably after a little bit of soul searching. I want to say searching for that sun too. Like it's right here. But you're kind of looking like which one is it? Which one, voices. It's kind of like you're going to hold yourself back a little bit because you really want to, protect that money, even though there's something in there that you really, really want. This is interesting. I want to get oracle cards here. Just to see. Because I mean, it's a little straightforward, but it's also not. I can understand why you're struggling with this, to be sure. I almost want to say that with this Empress card, there is going to be one of these options that will pay dividends, while the other one just makes you feel, even if they don't drain you financially, which they very well could, it might just be more like isolating and lonely, and this isn't what you wanted, so you kind of feel shut out and not really going where you want to go, right? So, I don't know. It's definitely a difficult decision. I don't know if this is going to help you get any clarity. I really hope that it does. So, okay, you have like 4 cards here, and we're going to go through them all. The first one to come out was Porcupine Spirit, Time for a Beginner Mind. And I feel like this is one of those cards where you want to look at things as though you have no experience and no stake in things, but it might also be wise to seek out outside opinions, which I think is what that 3 of Cups was for. Like find your friends, your support network, teachers if this is a college, something. Someone who doesn't really necessarily have a vested interest in things, but could really lay things out for you in a way that isn't, I want to say burdened by emotion, right? Someone who can really lay it out logically and like, well, this is this and this is why. It's kind of like more factually kind of thing. Because we also have Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. So it's kind of calling to you to say, don't just look at the minor things that are coming out of this. Look at everything as a whole. Make a pros and cons list if you have to. Like, what's the pros of choosing this King of Swords? And what's the pros of choosing this King of Emotions? And be honest about the cons of the situation, right? Like, if you were to choose this King of Cups, even though that's kind of like what your heart really wants, like, where's the negatives in that? Because there's negatives in almost everything that we do, right? It's just a matter of do they balance out with the good? At the end of the day, is this going to be better than, something else? We also have here Coyote Spirit, Trust in Divine Detours. So I want to say, even if it feels like you're getting a little off track, maybe if it feels like someone is suggesting a third option entirely and you're like, well, what the heck, that's not even what I asked. There's no harm in looking into it, right? Because maybe you'll find something completely different that actually is just like, ow, wow, yeah, that does sound better. That does sound like something I could consider. And even if it's not, like, if there's similarities to one of these other two, maybe the reason that you discount this new one, right, is because the similarities or something that you discount it is so similar to something else that you realize it actually is a con, but you're blinded by that in these other two. Something along those lines, right? And at the bottom of the deck, you had Nightingale Spirit, Love is All Around, which is just a reminder that you do have a support network here. I am seeing that there's so many pentacles here. It's very solid. You've got so many people around you, especially this Queen of Materials person. And then this 3 of Emotions, like this 3 of Cups, that is your support network. That is your friend group, right? So you do have people here who want to help you and want to see you succeed. I will say that for certain. Let's look at you one of these while I'm at it. For card pile number 1 for April, in making their decision. Sorry, it dropped out like 5 or 6 cards and I was looking at them, but none of them, I think it was just me not shuffling very well. There we go. That one just flew. You have the Well Watcher. Wisdom, power of the divine. Right? On the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of the Light. Illumination, enlightenment, celebration. So I feel like at the end of the day, the right choice is going to come to you. The best possible decision is going to come to you. There will be some illumination. I do think you will be guided there by the divine. I do think that drawing upon wisdom of the people around you are going to help you succeed. So don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid to ask for help at all. It is there, okay? But that's what I have for you. Deck number 1. I really hope this helped. Best of luck in all of your decisions, and I wish you a really great April. See you in the next one. Bye. Hey, card pile number 2, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well. We're going to take a look at your oracle card here first, just because this is kind of like the overall message, the overall theme, right? So you have here psychic protection, which says to me that there's probably a lot of anxiety, a lot of possibly depression, sleepless nights. I'm feeling a lot of worry, honestly. And I almost feel like this is something that you kind of need to try and get a handle on if you can. But we're going to see here what April has in store for you. And now psychic protection often says that other people are sending negative energies your way as well. And you need to be protected from those. If you find that some of this stuff is definitely out of character, this could be something to look into and see if maybe someone's own negative energy is influencing you more than like your own energies are. Ooh. There we go. Okay, yeah. The first card you had come out here is Seven of Swords. So there's definitely something going on here. Lying, cheating, stealing, something kind of going on behind the scenes, right? Excuse me. There's someone here, Two of Swords, causing some sort of confusion in your life, making you unsure of what's going on, maybe not really sure of where you're going. Feels like gaslighting for sure. And I have this Queen of Pentacles that came out here. So I don't know if maybe this is the person, or maybe this is just a person in your life. We'll go forward and we'll see this. But at the bottom of the deck, there is the Tower. So it's kind of like someone is shaking some things up. They really want to throw you off your foundation, shake up your world. But being that it is the Tower often does say that there is some clarity that comes through here with that flash of lightning, right? Because in the traditional Rider-Waite, it is blasting the crown off the Tower, which means that it's like a sudden burst of something coming right to your head. So yeah, this kind of feels like there is someone messing with you, I want to say, and I don't like that for you, but I guess I would say this is kind of your warning, right? Six of Wands has come out here reversed. It's definitely someone who seems to be picking out your sense of self-worth, maybe making you feel like you're not really good enough, making you really work hard for attention that you shouldn't really need to work hard for, right? And then we also had here the Emperor come out. So I feel like this is maybe the person who is, I'm going to say pulling the strings. Yeah, especially with this Three of Pentacles here. Like there are people who are connected to this. This person here is the only one who isn't, which I find interesting. See, it's almost like this Emperor person is kind of pulling the strings, trying to make you see things the way that they want you to see things. And I almost feel like this Queen of Pentacles is someone on the outside who might be trying to help you see things clearly. I want to clarify this Queen of Pentacles. Wow, that's a mess of cards and a mess of energy. Honestly, like, this fell out, so I feel like that's too much. We'll try that again. Interesting. A lot of stuff keeps falling out, and I don't... Like, it's almost like half the deck kind of stuff. Okay, so the ones that have come out by themselves that I am taking, Knight of Cups and Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I do feel like this Queen of Pentacles person is maybe trying to rescue you, I want to say, from whatever this Emperor is doing, or at least trying to make you see the light of day almost. Just because the Knight of Cups is often like the white knight of the tarot, let me rescue you kind of, and it's almost like he's coming to rescue you from the lack and the broken and the that kind of energy. So I don't know if there's someone who's trying to reason with you and you're not really listening or don't want to listen, or this person is just too much of a sweet talker to really leave you any doubt that they're right, I guess I want to say. But the Wheel of Fortune has come out. So I do kind of see like a shift coming here, a little bit of a change in the wind, I want to say. What else do we have for this situation? There's so much complicated energy coming out through here. Like, when stuff's falling out, it's giving me like 6 or 8 cards, and that's just too much at once. There we go. Yeah. So there's kind of a change in the wind I'm feeling, and it seems to be happening in this month of April. Which is ultimately, I feel, for the best. Page of Swords. I feel like when this change comes, when this shift comes, they're going to be watching your every move. They're going to be keeping an eye on you for sure. There's going to be probably some gossip going on about here. But I feel like this person is also keeping an eye on you as well. Just to make sure you're okay. Trying to learn what they can of the situation so they know best how to approach this. But I do have Ace of Pentacles here. So there is definitely kind of a new, right? A seed of new. Something changing. I just keep hearing a change in the wind. Almost kind of like you hear or you see this person a little differently, this Emperor, and it really, I want to say, affects you. Like you open up to the idea that what this person has been saying has just been, I want to say, an attempt to control you, right? Because I really do not like this Seven of Swords up here at all. It definitely is kind of coloring the reading, I want to say. Okay, but yeah, there is a moving happening here. It does feel like it's been a long time coming, but it does feel like it goes along with this new. There is going to be some work involved, probably getting away from this person, getting out from under them, and I want to say rebuilding the situation, rebuilding your life almost. Yeah. I don't know. There's more here than what this person is telling you, I want to say. I don't necessarily see that they have your best interests at heart. I think they're probably just getting what they can, which is not good by any means. But it almost feels like to me this psychic protection is what's coming in. And I feel like this Queen of Pentacles person is helping you see that, helping you protect yourself against whatever it is this person is trying to throw at you, right? Let's get you some oracle cards here. Card pile number 2. Yeah. You have Ant Spirit here. Time to collaborate. Don't be afraid to rely on people that you that are trying to help you. I want to say, trying to, like, if they're saying like, hey, this person's bad news, maybe give it a second listen just to be sure, you know. I want one more for you. Yeah, Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. I really like that. It's kind of what it takes to get out of these situations sometimes. Definitely a level of fearlessness and being bold, standing up for yourself, not letting someone really pull one over on you. The bottom of the deck, you have Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait, and underneath that you have Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. So it's kind of almost like saying, if you give it time, if you start to poke enough holes in this person's story, it will start to unravel and you will see things clearly, which is ultimately good, right? Just a couple more for you. Bottom of the deck, you have Dreamwalker, dreams, the collective good, and illusions. Illusions are part of this for certain. But the card that came out for you here is the River Queen. Flow, letting go, natural movement. So, letting go for sure. Probably not going to be easy with this person. But I feel like the beginning stages are here. I feel like there's someone in your life that is going to help open your eyes to this situation. Maybe they have already. But I feel like you definitely have at least one person in your court who wants to make sure you're okay. And they're going to do whatever they can to help you with that. Which I really like. So I wish you the best of luck this April. Sending you many hugs because this looks like a difficult situation. And I wish you all the best. So take care of yourselves, okay? Hey there, card pile number 3. I hope you're doing well. We're going to first look at your oracle card here because that's kind of like the theme of everything, right? Kind of colors the whole reading. So for April, you have glamour. And glamour, when you think of magic, is often illusions, right? Not necessarily bad, not always good. But what we're going to find out is which direction that leans towards. For the month of April, let's see what glamour has to do for your April 2022, shall we? Interesting. Oh, the candle's dying. I just noticed that. I do have another one here. Let's just wait for that to fully go out. So, glamour in your case kind of feels a little bit more like a fake it till you make it kind of energy here. Just looking at the flame, it's the tiniest little flame I've ever seen. It's still going, but there's very little left to it. And that's definitely, it feels like it's playing into the fake it till you make it energy, right? Because now it's perked up just a little bit. It's still chugging along. I love it. Because the first card that came out here for you was the Tower. So there's definitely something going on. It's going to shake your foundation and shake up the way you do things. And I think it's kind of in regards to Three of Swords. I don't know if this is a breakup, a health issue, some sort of strong life change that is probably going to break your heart. So, and I really hate to say that, but that's what I'm getting. Now, I do kind of see a bit of a rally coming from that. I do have Six of Cups here. This says to me that you're probably just going to, for a little time, retreat probably into your comfort zone, into what makes you feel better, any sort of nostalgia kind of thing, right? And that's absolutely fair when it comes to like something that's broken your heart. I think this is finally out. Yeah. She's out. So let's get you another candle before we go on here, shall we? There. Now, I feel like this, there's still wax in this. It's just that the wick is, like there's even still a little bit of that. It could have kept going. I feel like that relates to your reading in that there's something that's going to probably happen that really kind of feels like it's going to snuff you out, right? Three of Swords is not fun. But I do like this with the new candle here, that ring around it. It's producing so much light. I just have to point out the other card that has come out here is the Ace of Cups. So even though something happens, it's kind of life-changing almost. It breaks your heart. It really hurts. You kind of retreat back into what feels safe and comfortable for a little while. New still comes forward. New and better, I want to say. And that's, like, we have a new candle. It's so bright. Look at all the light that is coming off of this thing. Absolutely, that is a message for you. It almost feels like there's going to be a moment that really, I hate to say it, but makes you feel like you've hit rock bottom. Okay? Something that really kind of knocks you flat on your ass. And maybe it already has, right? And that's where that glamour comes in, that feeling of fake it till you make it. Kind of showing people that maybe you're better off than you really are, right? In which case I want to say, like, don't be afraid to ask for some help here, because, I mean, you've got the death card that has come through here, and this does not have to mean a literal physical death. It could just be an ending of something, but it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. And then we have the Hanged one here as well, which is going to make you feel a little stuck, not really sure where to go. Probably make you feel like you need to sacrifice something. In which case, like, don't be afraid to open up a little bit about the struggle. I want to say, don't be afraid to ask for some help if you need it. Like, there's no shame in that whatsoever. Bottom of the deck, you have strength. Okay, you have strength. So this looks hard and this looks difficult, but there is strength here. Okay. Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior card. Pushing forward. Honestly, just pushing forward. Perseverance, right? Going when everything feels hard, when everything feels tough. And then you have the Ace of Coins. Okay, so there is new here. Excuse me. Like, that's the thing about the Death card. That's what I love it so much in the Light Seers Tarot. It is not just death, it's also rebirth. It's in the same card. Like, with every ending, there is a beginning that comes after it. And there are two aces up here. So even though this might feel like the end, this really hurts, it's not. It's definitely not. The Seven of Swords, don't talk yourself into believing that it is the end, right? Don't talk yourself into believing that things can't or won't get better, or that Four of Cups, that you'll always be rejected, right? There will always be apathy. There will always be not good enough feeling, right? Because I mean, with the Four of Cups, there's still the offers coming, right? It's still a gift from the universe. If all the other cups you've been given have been empty, that fourth cup is full. And you just have to see it. So it almost says to me, like, don't let all your hard work, the Seven of Coins, be for nothing. Like, you've still put a lot of work and a lot of effort into this, even if it hasn't manifested yet. The energy is still there, right? The energy is still there. So, yeah. You also have Seeker of Swords, Page of Swords. Don't let gossip control you. Don't. I want to say don't give other people something to gossip about, but that's kind of a stupid way of saying things too, because, I mean, if people want to talk about you, they're going to do it, whether you quote unquote give them something to talk about anyway, right? They're going to find something as stupid as, oh my God, did you see what they put on their oatmeal this morning? Isn't that disgusting? Like, people like that are just going to do stuff like that. It doesn't matter if you put hot sauce on your oatmeal, or if you just do like a normal cinnamon. I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with hot sauce on oatmeal, but people are going to find something to talk about, So, I don't know. I want to say don't let other people's words really influence you either. Don't be gaslit into believing that what you've done doesn't matter. Don't listen to someone who says that things don't get better from here. Because, again, you have two aces in here. Ace of Cups and Ace of Coins. Ace of Coins is solid. It is a material, physical new beginning, right? So, this isn't the end, whatever this is. Here we go. And the Chariot. There is moving forward, right? There is something beyond this. Bottom of the deck is Three of Wands. It's just figuring out when to make that move, figuring out when to take that next step. And then Six of Swords underneath that, there's a transition into Conqueror of Wands, right? Knight of Wands. Into something with a little bit more energy and inspiration, I want to say. Something that might reinvigorate you a little bit. So yeah, unfortunately, this does feel a little bit like a fake it till you make it energy. It does seem like there's something difficult going on here. And it's going to be a little bit different for everyone, as tarot is. But I don't see it as something you can't get past. I just see it as something that people are going to be talking about you and probably spreading some misinformation with that Seven of Swords. And it's just like a plea to not let yourself fall into that. Not let yourself hold you back after all of the hard work that you've put in. Especially with that Seven of Coins and the Nine of Wands. So, yeah. Okay. Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. I know that's not really what people often like to hear, I want to say. It's like something hard happens and don't worry, Spirit has a plan. Well, their plan kind of sucks right now, right? Because it hurts and we don't want to hurt. I totally get that. I think what it's doing is Spirit is kind of knocking down your foundation of things that haven't worked, and they're giving you the chance to co-create with them and create the reality and the life that is best for you at the end of the day, right? With that Crow Spirit. And you also have Brown Bear Spirit. Take time out. Do whatever you need to do to heal. And don't feel bad about it either. This is some tough shit going on here. Tower, 3 of Swords, that's not easy. It's really not. I totally understand though. Sometimes life just throws stuff at you that way. Let's get you a couple more here. Yeah. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is the prison wave, self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. So this, like, the bottom of the deck is the heart of the matter, right? This is probably kind of what's going on right now. There's poverty consciousness, there's probably some self-sabotage. We did get that 7 of Swords. I'm liable to think that there are some people who maybe are outside sabotaging, but mostly it seems like it's coming from you. Okay, and the card that came out here is positive expectations and clarity. Okay, so I feel like you will be getting some clarity here. It seems like Spirit is leading you on that way. Okay, I feel like you also need some positive expectations. We watched Spider-Man No Way Home a couple weeks ago, and maybe it was last week. I don't know. I've been sick. Time is weird. And MJ says something often in the movie. It's not really a spoiler. She says, if you expect disappointment, then you'll never be disappointed. And I take serious issue with that. If you expect disappointment, you'll probably always be disappointed. Because that's just what you're expecting. You're not expecting anything better. You're not expecting anything good. You're just expecting everything to suck, right? So maybe if you start having some better expectations coming out of things, right? Because what you think is what you bring about. So, yeah. All right, because that's funny, because underneath this prison wave, like your self-sabotage and your poverty consciousness is Gaia's garden, is fruition and abundance, right? Reaping what you sow. So, I mean, like, hidden in there is good stuff. You just need some better expectations, right? And I think Spirit is trying to give you the clarity in this so that you can see things for what they are and why they've happened the way they've happened. The Tower obviously sucks, and I wouldn't wish the 3 of Swords on even my worst enemy. But, okay, you did get 2 aces here. I have to keep pointing this out. There's an end of the wave of thinking, for sure, and there's new here, okay? Don't forget these exist. Ace of Cups, Ace of Coins. Don't forget these are here, okay? April doesn't seem like the easiest month for you, which does suck, but it does get better, okay? Spirit's telling you it does get better. You get 2 aces here, so good things are coming. Just take it one step at a time. All right, that's what I have for you. Deck number 3. Take care of yourselves. I wish you all the best in April, and I'm sending you big hugs. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.